All right, here we are. G'day, guys, and welcome back to another weekly live stream. We finally have another special guest back for another appearance. So today has been long awaited. This one, guys. I know that plenty of people are keen to rip in. So this week's guest, guys, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Shad Donaghue. So I thought that I would dress appropriately for the time for the occasion. You know, it's not often that you know, famous people stop by here. So, yep, I'm all dressed up, ready to go. And yeah, guys, thanks for tuning in for this week's live stream. We won't waste any more time. Let's get him in, guys. Please welcome everyone, Shad Donaghue. G'day, mate. How are you? Good
Oh,
to.
g'day, Ryan. G'day, everyone.
There you go. Everyone has been waiting a while to see you on here, Shad. And yeah, it's finally happening, guys. So, here he is, the man, the myth, and the legend. So we're going to poke some questions at Shad tonight, and I'm sure that all of you guys have some questions for him. He'll be signing autographs at the very end, so please wait around. All right, guys, how are we all doing? Good to see a few of you in early tonight. Both the Stevens were in nice and early, Unpro and Mud Duck. There we go. Gee, Mud Duck's been excited to have you on here, Shad, that's for sure,
Yeah.
isn't he?
G'day, Mud Ducks.
G'day, Jim. How are you, mate? Snoopy, haven't seen you on here for a weekly live before, but g'day, mate. How are you?
Yeah, g'day, Ben.
Yeah, we've got a few people already throwing some questions in nice and early.
Yeah.
We might save those ones for a little bit later down the track. The tithe. Thanks, Steve. Like I said, you know, it's not often that we get well known people, like famous people on the live stream. So I thought I had to dress for the occasion. So there you go, Matt. It's Shad Donaghue. That's right. So I just will jump
Hey,
straight into a few questions for Shad right off the bat, guys. Remember, if you have any questions for him, feel free to drop them down in the comments, and we'll chuck them up on the screen, and he can answer away. So now there's one straight off the bat for you, Shad, right from Mud Duck. How lucky is Tyler Thompson to be mates with none other than Shad Donaghue? That's right. I mean, he's got to be.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky, isn't he?
Yeah, I reckon. G'day,
Yeah.
Lockie. G'day, Julie, Lachlan. Wow, a few people jumping in tonight. So, the first question that we have, I mean, the questions are kind of simple. I've kept them fairly simple for Shad. Didn't want to pressure him too much. First live stream, so we'll start off with why do you use your real name on YouTube and you didn't come up with kind of like an alias like everybody else sort of has?
Yeah, so originally when I started the channel, it was a long time ago. It was back in, I think about 2007.
Oh
And I was
wow,
actually, I was actually alone. I was called a lone camper.
yeah, right.
So then I only put a couple of videos up and then I sort of left it at that. And I didn't come back to the channel until a couple of years ago.
Mm.
And I just changed it back to my name and just basically, I don't know. I thought I'd think of something
Yeah,
cool, like a cool name with an overlanding or 4x4 or something like that. But
just stuck kind of.
just kept using my name, and
It's fair
that's
enough, you know.
yeah,
It's grown quite considerably enough. You find that trend actually a lot with some channels. I think that even Mud Duck is kind of similar. You know, you put out a few videos like 10, 15 years ago, and then you find yourself you come back to it. You know, just only a few years ago, and that's when you start to really put the videos out and stuff like that. And it's common, but it's good. You know what I mean? Where you reprise your interest in the subject, so to speak. So that's yeah, that's kind of interesting because I guess is that a question you get asked a lot? Why do you
uh,
use your real name and not
yeah,
an
I do,
alias?
I do, and I think a lot of people find it easier to remember. They find it
That's right.
easier
Yeah.
to remember someone's name rather than some sort of fancy channel name. Sometimes depends what.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that
some
is
channel names are good. They're very easy to remember and
catchy and stuff like that.
catchy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
So well,
Yeah.
that's good. Yeah, that's right. Actually, you do have a good point there. You know, a couple of times I've had to tell people the channel name. And they're like, what's that? I guess if you just tell them your name, you know, people are more inclined to remember. So we got a question from Mud Duck here. Is it true that Tyler learned how to make YouTube videos through you?
Yeah. I taught him everything he knows for sure.
Yeah. So
It's quite the opposite. Yeah, I learned a lot from Tyler. So
yeah, that's good. And
yeah,
I mean, his videos are fantastic. And I'm sure he has some great tips whenever you
yeah.
do have a sit down. So, gee, you're really pumping the Tyler questions tonight. Is Tyler staying at your place this weekend, or no?
Most weekends he does. Yeah.
Yeah. I swear I seen him drop by there not too long ago. Yeah. All right.
Uh,
So, will you be at the four-wheel drive show, and will you be giving out autographs there from Mud Duck?
yes, I will be at the four drive show on Tyler's stand, helping him out,
All right. Oh, yeah.
signing
Gee,
autographs. I've not signed one yet, so I don't know if anyone will want one. But gee, I don't know.
man, Tyler's going to get a real shock. He's going to get all these people coming up to his stand asking for Shad Donaghue. He's just he's gonna want to replace the name on the stand. G'day, Ed.
Yeah.
How are you, mate? Thanks for joining in. Said Lockie's in the chat
Uh,
as well. So yeah, wow. Audience is in tonight, 25 up to now. That's good. I think that we're already over the weekly viewer record for this one, Shad. So good on us. So now that we've discussed about your name and why you don't choose a channel alias, tell us what type of content do you specialize in?
So basically now it's pretty much camping and some four-wheel driving
Yep.
and that sort of content. Sometimes there's some harder four-wheel driving, not much. I tend to lean on the lighter four-wheel
Yeah.
driving, touring type of four-wheel driving at the moment.
Mhm.
A few years ago, I was doing a lot of hiking, and I'd like to get back into doing some hikes. So it'd be the odd hiking video, I suppose, as well. It's
Yeah, that's good.
basically just outdoor stuff,
Mm.
getting out there on the weekends.
Oh, fair enough, mate. It's a great way to go about doing things. I noticed you've been camping with the camper a lot more, so I suppose that would lean you more towards the easier sort of stuff. You don't want to be stuck on the Turon River again and get the
Yeah.
50,000 views. That'd be a real shame. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's good. And I actually remember when I first started chatting to you about that. You mentioned you used to do a lot of the hiking and the real hardcore adventure kind of stuff, and that's really cool. I really enjoy that sort of stuff, and I think it'd be cool to see if you decided to get back into again. That's for sure.
Yeah, like if you go back a few years on the channel, there's some canyoning videos and stuff.
Yeah, that's
We're doing a
awesome.
lot
So
of canyoning there for a while. So
yeah, gee, you gotta
yeah.
have big cojones for that, mate. I tell you, and experience. You definitely got to know what you're doing. So how did you actually learn to do all that? You just kind of just through doing it, or were you in like a club, or someone taught you, or?
So years ago when I was a lot younger, I used to do a lot of rock climbing. So
Mm,
I had a fair few mates who were in the rock climbing, and every weekend we'd go rock climbing. So just occasionally we'd go canyoning for a bit of a break and have a
mhm.
bit of fun. We'd go and do a canyon, if it
Fair
was a
enough,
hot
and
summer's day or something.
that's like real rock climbing, not like in the indoor center, right? Like you mean like proper
Yeah, proper up the
proper
Blue Mountains.
outdoor. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, gee, that's
yeah,
hardcore. Yeah, wow.
yeah.
But that's also awesome. You know what I mean? That'd be something to do. You know what I mean? And so we have another question here from. Oh, this guy. There we go. So, what's your favorite song to dance to? I suppose this one's got a little story behind it.
It'd have to be. I think it's called Darude Sandstorm.
Oh dear. You've been to a few bush tours, have you, Shad?
Yeah,
Your
yeah,
time. So Lockie wants to know: will you be handing out or selling off any stickers at the four-wheel drive show?
yeah. Hopefully, I'll have a few more to hand out. Yeah,
Yeah, that's good.
yeah,
That's good. We might have to sneak a next level adventure sticker onto your car while you're there. That's great.
yeah. Oh,
So,
my
do you
car
think?
won't be in there. But
Bugger. Do you think you'll ever part with the 76, and what will replace it?
yeah. So yeah, for sure. Like definitely one day we'll have to upgrade to 76. And
Mhm.
at this stage, if we were to replace it, and it won't be anytime soon, it'll
Mm.
be along the lines of a single cab ute with a canopy, a train canopy
Yeah,
on the
fair.
back. Yeah.
Mm. No, that's good. So when the 76 isn't actually that old, is it? It's only
6 years now.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's still well and truly in its prime. It's still got a whiles to go. I reckon. I think you definitely set that up, and you got a rundown video of that car on your channel, and I think Mud Duck has a toys episode on that as well.
Yeah.
So the Shad's definitely got one of the nicest setup 76s that there is. So to add a little bit of context to Steve's question there, it's a really nice car. So I think it'd be very hard to part with, to say the least. Jim reckons you could name your channel Shad Outdoor. Do you reckon
yeah.
that? Do you reckon that name would stick?
Yeah.
So will there be Shad merchandise for sale on Tyler's stand?
No, well, I don't really have any merch. I've only got a few stickers, so
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
That's right. Shad
Yeah.
in the bush is another name, they reckon.
Oh yeah.
That'd be funny. G'day, Archie, mate. How are you going? That's good to see you. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Matt reckons you get a GU wagon. What do you reckon?
You know what? I wouldn't mind one.
Yeah,
I know
they
where
do
there's
go all
I
right.
know where there's a nice one.
Yeah. There's one I've been trying to buy for a while, actually, and it's in Orange somewhere.
Yeah.
The seller's just playing a bit hard to get at the moment. He's one of those. I know what I've got, guys. So it's real hard to get that one.
Yeah.
All right. So will you be flying the Toyota flag while you're on Tyler's stand? Gee, Tyler's getting a good mention tonight, isn't he?
Yeah. Probably not. I'll be flying the Tyler flag, I think.
Yeah. So has he got you already merched up? Did he give you a hoodie or something like that to wear while you're going to be there?
Yeah, I'll have a. So he's actually releasing some new merch on the weekend. Yeah, right. So it'll be in the latest merch.
Yeah, nice, mate. Yeah. That'd be good. So you'll be wearing exclusive stuff, right?
Yeah.
So we'll jump into another question that I had for you. So what are even your favorite type of videos to make? So we know what you specialize in, but what do you enjoy? Do you enjoy making the camping videos, or more like the, spanners in the driveway or rig rundowns and stuff like that?
Yeah, now I do really enjoy making the camping ones, like the last the ones I've been doing the last 6 sort of months. Really enjoy those. So that's like what I really like doing, but I also don't mind doing the other stuff I do, like the odd review. And yeah.
That's fair enough. Which one do you find do the best? I mean, I personally, I really enjoy watching your camping ones, just back to nature kind of thing, doing really well. But the review videos as well, we've seen, they can go really well, especially the hot products that are out at the moment. You've had your hands on a few of them. So how do you think they perform?
Not so much the reviews, but the walkthrough on my car and the camper trailer, and even the walkthrough on Owen's car they just get some really good views. Like they don't take off straight away, but they just keep going.
Consistent.
You go back and you go back and look at that video and you go, oh wow, it's got that many now. Like
that's right.
Keep ticking over.
There tend to be a few like that, where like the camping video made, like you may release an adventure this week and it'll take off, but then it'll kind of level itself out after a couple of weeks. But then when you're always looking back in the analytics, I personally find that all the vehicle related ones tend to perform like long term. They have consistent kind of higher views than the other ones. Not to say that the other ones aren't good, because they're great. I guess we love doing the camping videos the most. But yeah, I do notice that as well. So this bloke asked if he's your son. So do you know this guy?
Yeah, he's my other son.
The other one. Fair enough. There we go. When are we going to do another cook-off? That was good fun, Snoopy. Actually, you inspired with that Instagram cook-off, the whole lockdown cook-off thing that we did there. That was good fun. So I don't know. I can't speak for Shad, but I reckon fairly be open to it. I think.
I reckon we have to meet up somewhere one weekend and have a cook-off.
Yeah, that'd be great. I reckon that'd be something we'd all love to watch. That'd be cool. Yeah, that was actually a really good idea, all throughout lockdown. Us, adventure channels really struggled to make content. And so that was kind of a good show of, we were having fun doing it. And it also showed that we were sort of like a community, like we all knew each other and we were all mates and sort of thing. And so that all kind of sprung from that little one right there. So yeah, I guess you can say trend starter. Yeah, certainly. What's going on here? Scotty, how are you, mate? Those cupboards behind Shad look like an ideal location for next level and mud duck stickers. Mate, if only you knew the amount I had to give Shad to be here tonight. I think that having a sticker on the wall, I mean, he wouldn't wait 2 seconds to send the bill in the mail, that's for sure, you know. Big money, this bloke, he is, yeah.
I'll be in trouble if I put a sticker on those cupboards.
Yeah, fair enough. Is Natasha the brains behind the channel? Gee, Steve?
Yeah, she's definitely got some input now. Yeah. So she's getting on board.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's good to see. There's that fella I was talking about before, that patrol I've been trying to buy for a while. See, I told you, he's been playing hard to get for a while. 38K for that GU. Damn.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, wow. G'day, Adam, mate. Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in tonight.
Hey, Adam.
So what is your favourite camera gear to use, Shad? That's one that I didn't have lined up for you. So what do you like to throw around when you're out in the bush?
Really like my Sony A6300.
Nice
but I would like to upgrade it soon. But yeah, I definitely like that. But then, you know, you can't go past the GoPro as well for all the other shots hanging off the car. And
they're great. Yeah. I really love my little GoPro, you know, and I think that Sony camera though, they're just fantastic. You know, they're really like kind of Sony. The Sony cameras that they're putting out now are really like, they're bloody good. You know what I mean? It's very hard to get better. I mean, I know Canons and stuff like that, they've been around for a while, but Sony's really putting out some premium camera gear lately. So, g'day, Adam. How are you, mate? Another Adam. Gee, we're doubling up tonight. A few Lachlan's in here, a few Adams. Good to see everyone tuning in tonight. It's the Shad effect, as I think Josh said earlier before. There you go, another compliment. Shad makes the world's best smash burgers. There you go. Also, Snoopy wants to lock in that cook-off there, so I reckon that's something that you ought to do there. That'd be great. I reckon that'd be like two masters going at it, camp cooking. Alrighty. Mud Duck packed up the cooker after Shad gave him. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, Shad smash burgers tend to have some reputation behind them. That's that's good. G'day, Gay. How are you guys? There you go, Shad. They put the time monitors on that.
Awesome
today. So that's some good stuff. Yeah, they look nice bit of gear. They are. They look pretty good.
Yeah.
Wendy,
they're headed off up to Birdsville soon, I think.
Yeah.
When do you head off there? Yeah.
What's the coffee of choice? There you go, mate. That's another one. While we wait for them to reply, what is your coffee of choice, Jeff?
I don't mind the old. What have I been drinking lately? I think Dog and Gun.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah,
good stuff, I reckon. Yeah, they are. So we'll jump into another one of the ones that I had lined up for you. So what has been, you've owned a few vehicles. What has been your favourite vehicle that you've owned out of the ones you've had?
Yeah, so I definitely have to say the 76.
You reckon?
It's closely followed, closely followed by the 80 series. The Land Cruiser 80 we had was a really good car. A lot of memories in there. The boys grew up in that. We've done a lot of awesome trips in that car. It was very capable, both for hard forward driving and touring. Had it set up pretty good, but I think the 76 has just pipped it.
Right. And why do you say that? Is it just kind of like it's a nicer to drive, or is it something about it, or you just reckon just because it's newer?
It's just because it's newer. It's not nicer to drive, but it's got more power. Maybe it's easier to drive because it's got more power.
Yeah.
You're not changing gears as much, but
yeah,
and it's newer, so it's a bit more reliable. I haven't had to work on it as much yet. So
Yeah,
that's a good
fair
thing.
enough. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah,
Oh well, you've just added another 80 series to the front driveway. I've
yeah,
seen, so you'll be looking forward to showing that on a few videos, I am sure. So
yeah.
yeah, we got a few comments to catch up on here. Wow. So yes, Scott, the tyre has been commented on already. I explained at the beginning, we don't often get celebrities in here, so I felt I had to dress just for the occasion. So yeah, you got mum in here tonight. That's good to see.
Oh,
So
g'day, Mum.
from Snoopy, what tips do you have for someone wanting to shoot their first video? This will be interesting.
Yeah, I'd have to say like use the tripod. Try and keep your camera as still as
Mm,
possible.
yeah,
Yeah, so
definitely.
you're not having all this too much movement. Just try and keep camera still as possible and good
Mm,
audio. Everyone wants good audio. It's hard to get
yeah,
everything right the first time, but
yeah,
you
that's
know,
right. Yeah.
mine still aren't right now. But yeah,
Fair, I mean, fair enough. Everyone's got to
yeah,
start like somewhere, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
like Shad said, I'm a firm believer in quality of a video. You know, I often try my best to put out a good quality video, make sure everything I'm doing is good quality, and then the rest will take care of itself. So yeah, that's definitely some good points there. So Matt wants to know what's the best pie shop in Western Sydney.
Ooh, in Western Sydney. Uh, it's a bit far west, but the Wenny Falls pie shop, that's pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
definitely good. Yeah, yeah,
Or
it's
if you're over Pie in the Sky up near Bilpin,
yeah, okay, yeah,
that's another good one.
that's fairly well, yeah. So
Yeah,
a little bit out of Sydney, but I suppose you're right. There's not actually very many like dedicated just pie shops in Western Sydney. I mean, you don't know if you count Harry's Cafe to Wheels, but that's kind of it, isn't it? And besides servo pies, I myself haven't seen too many like just dedicated pie shops. I'm sure that there are some around. I don't get around much in Penrith area, Lower Blue Mountains, but
yeah. There's a good one. Jordan Springs do a pretty good pie,
yeah,
and
fair enough.
they do a mean vanilla slice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
vanilla slices the go. That's for sure. So, what's your favourite overseas destination?
Fraser Island. You got to
Fraser.
go overseas.
Fair enough. I'll be heading there in a couple of weeks. Actually, 5 weeks now. So looking forward to
Yeah.
that. Do you
No,
actually
I
have a
haven't.
proper overseas destination?
Oh no. I haven't been overseas yet, but if I was to go overseas, I'd probably say New Zealand or
Mm.
Canada.
Oh,
Yeah,
identical. We have an identical overseas bucket list, man. How
yeah,
good are those two? I think that we have plenty to explore in our own backyard. We're
exactly.
both
Yeah,
both the same in that sense. Actually, I myself as well have never been overseas before. If I mean, unless you count Fraser Island, of course, yeah, because you got to cross. Yeah, yeah. But that's no, I haven't either. But I'm looking forward to it. But I'm also well travelled within Australia, and to be honest, up until now, haven't actually really felt the need to. If you know what I mean, it's as you probably feel as well. There's plenty on the Australia bucket list to tick off before you want to head abroad.
exactly. And the last
Yeah.
few years, it's been hard. If you did want to go overseas, it's been hard
Oh,
to,
that's exactly right. Yeah, you
yeah,
probably would have well gotten stuck over there if you were even allowed to go in the first place. So it's
yeah.
only really recently that things have started to open up. So uh, gay and lesbian leave on Saturday to head out there.
Ah,
That's good stuff.
awesome. Yeah, have a
Looking
good
forward
trip.
to that. I think
Yeah,
Ed himself just got back from that region. So that's good to
yeah.
see. So make sure you check on all of the roads and stuff like that out there. As I'm not sure, Ed, if you're around, mate, can you comment on any of the road conditions out the Simpson Way? Do you have any trouble there? So, oh dear, Mud Ducks is in. What will Shad ever get his kid off in a video again? Oh goodness.
Most probably.
Gee, come on, Steve.
Got to get some laughs somehow.
Oh no. 2 day
Yeah.
early entry to Vash and Vendors ticket. That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
Good
Yeah,
stuff. Looking forward to that. I bet you are. That's good
yeah.
stuff. So, oh dear, we can't look at that one, Mud Duck. Come on, the boys conceded in the 80 cup. So here we go. Will you buy another Hilux one day to get once their 76 gets too much to handle?
well, you never know. So the new Hiluxes are really nice to drive.
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
do like them, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you actually have you driven Owen's one much?
Yeah. He
Yeah.
doesn't know, so don't tell him.
Oh dear, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're giving it a
Yeah.
fair go just when he wasn't looking. That's fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Steve reckons the 80 should up to 76. Yeah, fair enough. I guess
Yeah.
entitled to their own. I mean, as he said, they were fairly close in comparison. Yeah, fairly close.
Yeah.
Adam reckons you're full of it. 76 is
Uh,
not nicer to
yeah. Yeah.
drive. Fair
In
enough.
some ways, yeah.
So what are your thoughts on people swearing on YouTube, Shad? My dad
Well,
wants to know.
personally, I don't like to swear on YouTube if I can help it.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, it depends. There's swearing and then there's swearing. Like,
Mm.
yeah, I won't turn the
You-
video off because there's swearing, but sometimes you cringe a bit depending on what
on
sort
what
of.
it is.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. You know, the odd slip. You know, maybe you're in a sticky situation. Fair enough. But
That's right. If it's in context because something's happening, well, you know, fair
yeah,
enough, but not when it's just every second word.
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, yeah, I agree with that 100%. So we got a bit of conflict over the best pie shop. Lockie reckons it's Trapper's Bakery in Golden, but
Okay.
that's not in Western Sydney, but
Yeah.
it is a nice shop. I've got to say. So, have you met any random subscribers, and what was the most outrageous account? Oh dear, we were waiting for this one, weren't we?
Yeah. So Mud Ducks knows this one because he was there. We were at Anaconda in Penrith,
Yeah,
and a couple come up to us, and the lady was rather excited that she'd ran into us. So
yeah.
she'd seen my car there, and said, "Oh, Shad's
The
here,"
rest,
and then she come running up and said hello and introduced herself. It was good.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's good. I mean,
yeah,
stuff like that when you're doing it, you know, you don't really expect that sort of stuff to happen. You go, oh, people know me, and like they
yeah,
recognize you, especially around where you live. You know,
yeah.
you don't expect it. I think it's cool when it happens. You know. Yeah, I reckon.
That's
My
probably
dad enjoys that story, but I
yeah.
think it's
He loved
cool.
it when he was there, but
Yeah,
that was probably my first. Might have been one of the first subscribers I met, but it's
yeah,
happened a few times since then. But not like that. It's just people out on the tracks. They'll
yeah.
just
Fair
sing
enough.
out, love your videos, mate, and I follow you or whatever. You know, it's good.
Yeah,
Like when you're out there doing it, it's what it makes you feel good, makes you want to keep going
mm.
and
Oh,
do it
that's
more.
right. It
Like
is a very
yeah,
strong motivator, though. Those sort of things.
yeah,
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think you're one of the few that actually have had that experience. I know Mud Duck gets a couple. You know, he's met a few subscribers, but I think between you and him, you know, I think you're the only two out of the few of us that have actually had that experience, which is cool. You know, that's definitely something that's cool. I
yeah.
reckon. So Snoopy wants to know: have you purchased a new fire extinguisher?
Yeah, I've actually got two for our cook-off.
Gee, all right. The shots are fired. It's got to happen now. Scotty
Uh,
reckons if his nan opened a pie shop, her steak and kidney would sell out, mate. Well, get it
yeah,
done, mate.
totally.
You know, I reckon we'd be up to test that theory. You should have turpentine from Taro Cash. No, mate, it's not. I don't know where it's from. It's bloody yeah. This I haven't worn this one in a while. It's a bit tight. You know what I mean? So yeah, Adam reckons Mountain High pies at Wentworth Falls, and so
Yeah.
did Michael. Definitely, they got some good stuff there. Yeah, personally agree with that. Matt wants to know if you enjoy four-wheel drive 24/7, or are they too commercialized these days?
So yeah, that's a good question. I do watch them, but I pick what videos I watch. Like I watched the other day, their one to Lorella Springs,
Yeah, you've been
because
there
they're
yourself,
really
haven't you?
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's good to watch that,
Mm.
and I sort of watched like some of their trip ones on the places that I'm interested in. I don't religiously watch just because they put a video out,
Fair
but
enough.
I just pick and choose the ones I want to watch.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
that's good. I definitely think that they put out a good product in the end. You know, like their video, like you can sit through the full hour and whatever, not get bored. I feel
yeah,
when you watch their videos, they are a nice product. But yeah, that's definitely good when you're interested. you watch. And I feel like that's the same with a lot of the videos. You know what I mean? Like just on all the channels, most people just kind of watch when they're interested in the video, which is fairly common. So that's good.
That's
Definitely
right,
a strong answer to that one. So Ed had a 1400k detour to get home from the Simpson, and I
yeah. I've
believe
seen that, Ed.
that he just got back not long ago. Wow, that would have been that would have been something else, you know, especially with the fuel prices out there. Gee, that would have been an unexpected detour to the max, I reckon. Wow. At least you got home in the end, mate. That's all that matters. So here, Jess has another question here. This is one that I had lined up for him as well, but we'll get it going. So, what are your favourite channels to watch on YouTube?
Yeah. So I thought this might be a question, so I got a bit of a list here. So
Oh,
it's two different
wow.
genres I watch. So
All
I
right.
watch
What are they before you get into it?
like our content, like for driving and camping content.
Mm,
So obviously I watch Tyler, Off Road Touring Life,
mm,
Sarah Keelan Travels, Go 4x4, Wacker and West Australian Off Road,
mhm.
Outdoors CBR, Ridey's Route, and Vince Venturing.
Yeah,
So, and
quite a
obviously,
few. Wow.
that's not including all the guys that are on tonight. Like, obviously, I watch everyone who's
Yeah,
here, like
yeah.
all you guys.
Likewise. Yeah.
Yeah. And also watched a lot of hiking videos lately.
Mm,
Really been watching Scotty's Gone Walkabout and
yeah.
Silly Swagman. Sometimes they're out together, those guys.
Yeah. Good
Another
stuff.
one, yeah, Kate Grorick and Eric Off Track. Couple of good, they do some really good hiking videos if you just want to sit down and
Yeah,
watch a,
I quite
really
enjoy
relaxing hiking
hiking
video.
videos and stuff like that. Really, the real kind of like out in the bush kind of hiking videos. They're good to
Yeah.
watch. I definitely enjoy that sort of stuff. So so you kind of switch between four-wheel drive and hiking and that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. That's good. I reckon it's good to kind of mix it up. You know, you can't just watch one thing all the time. You know, I feel different things pique all of our interests, but that's good to see, mate. Definitely into the outdoors. That's one thing that's clear. There we
Yeah.
go. You've been exposed there a little bit. Owen wants to know, is that why he went through one set of tyres in a week when Shad got his hands on the Hilux? So what is your number one spot to camp near Safala, Archie would like to know?
Yeah, that'd have to be Wallaby Rocks, I'd say, wouldn't it? The
Yeah,
little spot.
that's a great spot, Wallaby
Yeah,
Rocks.
on
That
the
whole track actually is very nice.
on the bridge to bridge track. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Anywhere along there is pretty good. You can't go wrong. Even the Wallaby Rocks, just the main campground there is pretty good.
Yeah, it is good.
Charles Bridge. Yeah.
Oh,
And
that's on
there's
the other side, actually, isn't it? The Wallaby Rocks is not Coles. I don't know what the name of that bridge is. The one at the start there on Hilling
yeah.
Road. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Coles Bridge, I think, is the other side
It's
on
on the
Bathurst
Churundar
Drive.
Road. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure the name of the other bridge, but yeah, Wallaby Rocks, like Shad said, fantastic, awesome. You
Yeah.
can't get enough of that little spot.
Even up the other side of Safala on the upper Turon side of
Oh yeah,
Safala.
Aperture on Road. That's nice. Yeah.
I think I'm not sure which one we went to. If it was Russian Point, might have been all right. There's a good spot in there we found too. It was pretty good. Yeah.
Look at that. He straight away, he knew that you'd say Wallaby Rocks. He knows you too well. But I mean, it's a fantastic spot, you know. Like, it really, it's awesome. Every time I'm in that area, I camp there. And actually, that's Wallaby Rocks is where I started those By the Fire videos. They were all filmed at Wallaby Rocks. It's just awesome. You know, when I lived in Mudgee, that was only a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, and they had when we stayed there, they had a deal going. You stay 2 nights, get one free.
Oh, yeah, the river will rise. Yeah, gee, they didn't mention the plus 180% views to your YouTube channel included in with that deal, did they? Yeah, right. Scotty wants to know if in your subscriber encounter, did they throw your undies at you? Jeez.
No.
Shad probably deals with that quite a lot. You know, he has to drive around with the wipers on full, like get them all off. You know. So, what are the best and worst features of your ultimate camper? This is a good one. And I suppose, did you cover these points in your rundown video of it, or is this something you still get asked a lot?
Still get asked a lot. I can't remember if we covered off like worst and bad, like best and worst features. Like probably definitely the worst feature is packing the fridge when it's closed up, because the fridge is right inside and you've got to get in and pack the fridge. That's probably the hardest, maybe worst feature. And until you get used to it, like actually packing that nose cone, even though you've got a lot of room, it's actually a bit harder than you think. But
so do you ever find yourself struggling for room in, you know, when you're packing things, or do you kind of just share it between the truck and the camper?
Most of the time now the back of the car's empty. Put a couple of bags of timber in there or something. But when we had the kids, like
fair enough. Yeah, that would contribute to, because you got extra stuff, you know, and then you can't put things in the back. So yeah, fair. So so with that being said, like you can still quite easily just go for a solo camp in the car. Like your setup is not entirely reliant on the camper now, is it still? Or
no. Like my swag's sitting in the car now.
Oh, so you can
stretches in the car
easily just up and go for a quick solo trip if you want. So that's pretty awesome, you know, just having the ability to kind of choose, like, you know, do I want to take the camper or not? And it's sort of like minimal effort between the two. Like if you choose the camper, you just hook it up and go. And if you choose the car, you just chuck the swag in and go. Yeah, that's very close to an ideal setup, mate, I have to say. Steve wants to know about finish first.
Yeah. There's some of the best features of the camper. Like some of the things we really like last year when we're out Broken Hill, it was raining and it's cold.
Yeah.
You got the kitchen inside, so you can just jump inside, cook a basic meal. Everything's inside, so you can just jump in bad weather. And
that's good.
Set. It's comfy.
Yeah, right. Have you actually experienced much bad weather in your camps? You actually had to utilize that, or just kind of
a few times? Yeah, we've had a few times, but
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good then. So that, I mean, it is a fairly popular unit, the Ultimate Camper. So yeah, that's good.
I mean, that's our one's 10 years old now, so you know the new ones are a lot better. So,
only improving, which is good. So Steve wants to know about most famous fan encounter. What about when you met on the tracks?
Yeah. So met Steve out the bridle track. So we're driving along and he was singing out. We talked online. We sort of knew who each other were, but I didn't know at the time that was him. But I sort of had an idea. But we turned around and went down to camp. Said g'day.
Oh, that's good. You've become pretty good mates. So that's a good turnout in the end. You know, good memory to have. So
so that's probably my first subscriber encounter.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about when you met Ed down in the high country?
Yeah, I was a bit starstruck at first, but got out, got my photo with him.
Oh wow,
it was pretty good.
Did he sign your shirt?
No, he wouldn't sign. He said he doesn't do signatures.
Oh dear, yeah. Well, they'd be worth too much money, you know. So fair enough. So Adam wants to know, if you were offered to chop your 76, would you consider?
Oh, I don't know. Not at this stage, no. Like if something happened and I was to like bang the rear quarter up or, damage the back pretty bad, I might, but I don't think I could chop it.
No,
I don't know.
It'd be a hard thing to weigh up.
Scotty reckons
that's right. That's the other option. Scotty reckons home and away is about to finish, and the crowd will quadruple. Yeah, well, guys got to remember that Shad's actually given up watching home and away to be here tonight.
Yeah, big sacrifice.
So we've got to. Well, I've got to really thank him for that one. So, what and when is your next big trip?
Yeah. Okay. So we haven't really planned anything, and that's how Tash and I roll. Really, with this.
Yeah, fair
sometimes
enough.
We don't really plan much. Even on our big trip last year, like obviously we'd planned to have the 8 weeks off, and we're going to go up the top end, but we had no real itinerary. We just winged it most of the
Winged it,
way.
yep.
Yeah, and that's what we do, really. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. And you often find that's where the best adventures come from because when you're sort of rushing to an itinerary, it's like you feel a little bit pressured to keep up with it. But when you're just
Yeah.
kind of going with the flow, oh, we like this spot, we could spend 3 or 4 days here, which I think you did actually in a couple of those spots up there.
Yeah.
And when you did, you think, oh, I really enjoyed this spot. We'll stay here for a couple of days. That's cool, like that's something that I think people would really kind of enjoy having that benefit, and that's where it comes from. Just winging it, just go see how you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Owen's leaked a little bit of info here. Apparently, that your next big trip is going to be getting on the cans on the 2nd of July. So park him up with the wet sandwiches on the 2nd of July. We'll see
Yeah.
how we go. Yeah. Oh dear. Could we do a brief review of mixed noodles? Yeah, mate. No, we won't be doing any kind of video reviews on here, I don't think. So keen for a hike out to Donkey Mountain or Gooch's Crater before it gets locked up.
Yeah, definitely keen
Yeah,
for that. Yeah,
I reckon. Yeah,
definitely
for sure.
Gooch's Crater, because that's probably going to be it'll be locked up. You'll be able to walk there still, but it'll be a longer walk. Yeah.
Yeah. I've not actually been down there before. You have, I believe, or
No,
you
I
looking
haven't
for
been to
that one?
Gooch's Crater yet. No.
Fair enough. How did you go with that the other day? That seen on your story there, you heading out for that little recon that you went with. Was that a success?
Yeah, so I found the start of the track.
Oh,
That's what
very
we
good.
went to do. Yeah. So
Yeah. Is
found
that going to
little.
be an episode, or what are you planning for that one?
Yeah, that'll be a video. It's going to be a hiking video, I'd say.
Oh, awesome! That's it. There
Yeah.
you go. So he's keen for a hike. He's got a few secret spots in mind, and I reckon that
Yeah.
that one's going to be bloody good. The way that was looking, but I reckon that it would be quite hard to actually keep people out of the hiking destinations in that Gardens of Stone conservation. Fair enough, the 4-wheel drive tracks, they'll do a pretty good job at locking them up. But if people are up for a bit of a longer walk, you can't really lock places up like that, especially the hiking, because you just keep going. It's sort of.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I do hope that they do not lock up those two destinations. Ever since you mentioned that Gooch's Crater is a good location to head to, I've been wanting to do it myself. Same as Deep Pass down there. I haven't actually gotten down there, but I've been really wanting to do that. So I really hope they don't decide to lock those up.
Yeah, because the problem is if they lock it up, that turns that walk, depending where they put the gates, that's just a 4-hour walk from the car park. But if they gate it off, 20 k's up the road, it turns into a 2-day hike.
Yeah, that's exactly right. But
yeah.
And the track will not be maintained, so it will be quite dangerous, and that's when you really only the brave will venture in there. But I guess that'll make for people who know what they're doing. That'll make for a great adventure. But for
right,
kind of the everyday Joe, I think it would be. Oh, gee, Lord.
Well,
that's the prodigal son there coming in for a sneak peek. So how long, Shad, do you reckon you'll continue to make YouTube videos for?
I don't really know. Like, I enjoy doing it at the moment. Does have its ups and downs, but I couldn't really put a time frame on it.
Fair enough. That's right.
Yeah.
I don't think that we think about these things when we do them. That's for sure. We definitely don't. We just think, oh, that's good. We'll make a video out of that. We'll keep going. I mean, I know I don't know. I can't speak for you, but I know that I don't necessarily put a time frame on that sort of stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah. So,
what is your favourite thing to cook on the campfire?
Oh, there's so many things. Yeah. I really like it, like a nice steak cooked really nice on the campfire. You can't go past that. Yeah. But then got all those camp oven meals as well. That's pretty good.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, they're good stuff, man. You're quite good at that, I've noticed, And I can cook, but I can't cook well on a campfire. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's
you
just
definitely
practice, mate.
have that ability.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Leon wants to know, he's saying with the Ultimate, the worst thing to pack was the kids.
Yeah. Squashing them in the back was really hard.
So Adam reckons having the full canopy and not having to unpack and being able to just jet off with everything ready was good. I agree. That's a fantastic feature. Yeah.
And my
So
car's pretty much the same now.
yeah. So
Yeah.
do you always double park while camping, Shad?
Mostly, yes, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fairly common, I would say. So, what do you prefer, Justice League or Avengers? Gee, that's a bit off topic, but
I don't know what either of them are.
yeah, fair enough. So we had this one a little bit earlier. Did Shad teach Tyler everything he knows about filming?
Yeah, it was
We
more the
did.
other way around. We talked about that.
Fair enough. So, have you
Yeah.
ever been involved in any four-wheel drive clubs?
Yeah, so back in the 90s, I was involved in a club called On All Fours, four-wheel drive club. So I was actually there for the startup of the club. I was one of the original members. So yeah.
Oh, that's good. Are you still involved with them, or are you just kind of doing
No,
your own
that's
thing?
long gone. And then
Fair
for a while, then I was with Out and About Four-Wheel Drive Club for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just not really into four-wheel drive clubs.
Fair enough. Now it's just whenever go wherever you feel like. That's good stuff. So is it true that you put chicken stock in Tyler's vegetable soup?
Only when he wasn't looking.
Yeah, only when he wasn't. So when you're solo camping, do you keep a weapon or some sort of protection handy in the swag?
No.
Just yourself?
Yeah. Should I be worried about that? I don't know. No.
No. I mean, I'm the same. I don't. You're out in the bush. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's exactly
But
right.
I won't. What I do is, if I have the axe or the tomahawk out, I'll lock it in the car too. I don't leave it out, I suppose. So that way someone else hasn't got a weapon. I don't know if that makes any
Fair
sense
enough.
or not.
These things we don't worry about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. At least I don't. So Archie, good to see you, mate. Thanks for tuning in. So
See you, mate.
off-road touring life, great variety with the hiking. Yeah, I agree with that. Hiking is great. Good to mix it in there. Oh dear, I lost it. So, g'day, FJ. Evening from cold. Geez, cold old Kingaroy. Good to see you, mate.
Kingaroy.
Thanks for
What's the
tuning
temp?
in, mate. Yeah, what are we looking at, mate? How cold is it? It's 100%. If you can get into the walks, you'll have to do 20 Ks. Same goes with Rattlesnake Deep past River Cave. So yeah, kind of as said before, I feel like it will be still accessible to those really determined to go in there for the walk, But as Shad said, that's probably going to turn into a couple of day adventure if you really want to get down there, which I suppose for some is cool. It's good, like some people enjoy that stuff, heading out in the backcountry for a couple of days where there's no one. But for some others, it'd be a little bit disappointing because at the moment, these are mostly just day trips that we can do, head out for the day. So some people will be a little bit disappointed. Some people will benefit and some will be, it'll be unfortunate for. But I honestly hope that it's not the case, at least for a little while, But, without saying too much, the trend at the moment is a lot of gates are getting locked up. I recently went up the Blue Mountains to a few different locations throughout the national park, and almost everyone had a locked gate in it somewhere. Couldn't go further here. That was blocked. That was closed. So it is a trend, but fingers crossed. Be optimistic. Hope it doesn't occur too much. Yeah. Scotty reckons that lamb is a good favourite to cook in the camp oven. I've noticed that. Yeah. Waiting 40 minutes for that. I'm assuming that he was talking about the guest appearance that you had there. Fair enough. All right. So Sydney Four Drive Adventure Show, is it Tyler or booth or Shad's booth? Well, we're going to do our best to turn it into Shad's booth. I think at least on one of the days he's going to get an influx of Shad Donaghue fans all there with their new Sharpies ready for an autograph. So yeah. Adam has the same question as mine before. Do you scotch, fold, bury, or burn? Oh dear.
I fold and I burn and then I bury as well. You got to burn.
You have to, yeah. Fair enough. Are you considering to go full vegan to get more trip invites with Tyler?
Yeah, most probably. Yeah.
Fair enough. The most important question there. So if we meet Shad on the street, is it okay to approach you for an autograph and a channel sticker?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it keeps
very
them
approachable.
in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So, are you going to be doing a hiking trip this year with Out to Adventure? What do you reckon?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
That'd be cool. That'd be pretty cool to see. FJ wants to know, how long do you think you will keep the 76 for?
I think at least another 6 years.
Another 6 more years. Wow. Yeah, good stuff. It's only 6 years old. So we'll jump into one of the other questions that I had for you. We haven't actually gotten to many of those. Everyone's been on fire tonight. So in the last 5 years, what has been your favourite adventure that you've done?
It's definitely our trip we done last year up to the top end.
Yeah, that was a great trip.
Yeah, heading out through South Australia and up to Untitled, Central Australia.
Yeah, awesome.
And then up the top end, good trip. That's definitely the favourite one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, that was a great series to watch. And I've seen some of your photos, your drone footage, everything was just fantastic out there. It's truly great country. So what as well is your favourite video or series on your own channel to go back and watch? Do you actually go back on your own channel and watch much of your own stuff? Or
I used to, but not so much anymore. The busier I've become, I don't really go back and watch over much stuff. But
yeah, fair. That's fair.
One video I used to go back and watch was a little video Tash and I done. It was a 2-parter. I think we went to the high country just with the swag. Went up, stayed at Gday one night, then up Mount Pinnabar, stayed at Wheeler, then around, stayed Buckwon, come back down to Davies High Plain, and it was just a quick 3-day trip.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I just really liked. I don't know why. I just really liked that video. It didn't go that well, but
country is great. And I guess on that note, like the videos that like we often enjoy ourselves, they may not be our best performing video, but we enjoy watching them, and that's a big part of what we do, why we do it.
Yeah, brings back good memories.
Yeah, that's right. And that's probably why you find you enjoy it a lot, is because it was, just some good memories associated with it. I find that I watch random videos that aren't very popular on my channel, but I actually, quite enjoy watching them because of that aspect. Yeah, it's good. Definitely. So this is me, the last question that I had lined up for you, and that is, what is it like being proper famous? What's it like having the aura,
I don't know. I'll let you know when I do become proper famous.
Fair. Well, I think you're pretty close anyway. Fair enough. So, oh gee, everyone's ripping in. So now it's time. Those are all the questions that I had lined up for Shad, guys. So now we'll continue on with the audience questions, probably another 10, 15 minutes. With that went quick. We're approaching the hour. So we'll get into him, guys. So Mud Duck rocks up to camp, but left his swag at home. Do you offer to share yours with him? Oh dear. Oh, come on.
Sorry, Mud Ducks, you're sleeping in your car.
Fair enough.
Well, it depends how cold it is.
Yeah, that's true. So if everyone met you at the pub, what beer would they shout you?
I'm not fussy. If they're shouting, it doesn't matter.
Fair enough. Yeah. Are you into the craft beers, or are you more of a traditional beer drinker?
Yeah, I don't mind a crafty.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, good choice.
Pale ale, good pale ale's nice.
Yeah, but they got to be good. You can't be crap. That's right. So, Mudduck bought a Landsy MT44 because Shad has one. Spreading the influence.
Nice.
Very nice. So my neighbour owns a company that designs and sells torches. If he sends Shad a free set of torches, would you use them and do a review? That's something you have to take up with the man himself, mate. I can't. Yeah,
no
we'll
thanks.
see. Yeah, Shad's very down and shrewd. Not too many things like that. That's proper famous, Adam. He is though. You see, we're agreeing here. Shad is proper famous. So yeah. So where did you go on your first camping trip, Shad? That's a good one. That's a good question.
Wow. Well, I can't really remember my first camping trip as a kid.
Fair enough.
I'll just make it the first camping trip with Tash and the kids, and we went to Station Creek, which is up near Pebbly Beach in the Uriga National Park.
Mm-hmm.
We done that for Easter.
Yeah,
so nice. It was our first camping trip. We had an old Hilux canopy on the back, big Coleman tent. Yeah,
good stuff. So did you find yourself actually like back then? Did you camp as much back then as you do now, or you find yourself getting out more now than you used to in the previous years? Obviously, like discount COVID because we couldn't, but I'm talking like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? When kids were a bit younger, do you find yourself staying at home a lot more then, or you still got out of basically as much?
We're going away every second weekend because I had I used to get every second Friday off.
Oh, that's good.
So and before the kids started school, we're going away every second weekend.
Yeah,
wow. I'd come home from work. Tash would have the camper packed. We had another camper before the Ultimate. Mm-hmm. She'd have the camper packed. I'd back up the drive, hook it on, and
gone. That's good stuff, mate. So did you often find yourself going to the same places or different places? You always kind of switch it up, or you had a favorite back then, or?
We used to go to start with, we used to go to Marangaroo National Park.
Up
the back of Lake. We had a little spot in there we used to go to a lot.
Good stuff.
And then, Turon River National Park down at the Diggings.
The Diggings is good,
Yeah, in and around there for a while.
Yeah, that's great,
Yeah.
So you sort of stuck around that area, that sort of area, up around Lithgow area. That's fantastic up there. You see, you still go there a fair bit, I see. So that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can never get sick of it, I guess.
Yeah. Gets a bit hard now with the booking system for Nunes and some of those national parks.
But that's
why
right.
I've been, that's why I've been doing a lot of state forests, because you don't have to.
I have noticed that. I was about to say that I guess that's probably why you've been switching over to the state forests a little bit and things like Wallaby Rocks and those sort of tracks, because you don't need that, which is true. I mean, to be honest, when on that big trip that we did, that national park booking system was very hard to manage with. When we were just because we were just pointing and going, like you were saying, we had a rough itinerary, but we didn't know where we were going to end up that night. And oftentimes we had no bloody reception by the time we got there. Yeah. So it was quite hard to manage with. But in the end we did manage, but it's not the easiest, to say the least. Yeah. So this question, Mud Duck, or does Shad, do you feel special to be on Next Level Adventures? It's the other way around. I feel special to have Shad on Next Level Adventures. I reckon is probably the better way to put this one. I reckon.
I think we both feel special.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah. It's been a good live. I mean, this one's gone quickly. The hour has passed quite fast. So is it true you have a picture of Marilyn from Home and Away on the back door of your bedroom?
You've been sneaking into my bedroom again, have you?
I told you they're good mates now,
Yeah.
Oh dear. Shad is the Johnny Depp of four-wheel driving. Scotty reckons that Station Creek's a great place. I don't think I've ever been there, so I can't comment, but by the sounds of it, I have to add it to the list. So this is a good one here from Off-Road Touring Life. Beach, mountains, or outback, and you can only pick one.
Oh,
it is a good
mountains. Yeah.
I think you made the right choice. I would choose the same thing. Yeah, definitely. That's
closely followed by outback. Yeah.
I have to say, I haven't seen you do much beach stuff, to be honest. Is that something you tend to stick away from? You like being out in the bush more and the than going there down to a beach, or it has to
Well,
be the
but
right
yeah,
beach spot, or
being around Sydney, it's hard to find. Like,
oh
we
yeah,
can't just go and drive and camp on a beach anywhere you want. You got to.
that's
They're
right. Yeah.
normally national parks. You're camping in a bollarded area back from the beach.
Mm.
No fires. It's hard to find a good beach camping area.
That's right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I suppose for the weekend, because most time you just hook it up for a weekend, taking the
that's
camper or
right.
something. It's probably easier
I,
just to
yeah,
put it up the mountains a bit, So
yeah,
yeah, fair enough.
yeah.
Fair enough.
I do
I
have one coming up though.
Oh,
I
you
do
do
have
have
one
one.
coming up.
That,
Yeah,
that's exciting. That'd be good.
yeah.
So, how did you get in? How did you get involved with Rax Brax?
Yeah, so I seen the Racksbacks product on Instagram,
Mhm.
and I thought that'd be a good idea because I was putting like the second or third bag on my Foxwing.
Yeah,
So I bought the product, and then I fitted it to the car, and I think I just done a short video on Instagram
yeah.
because I thought it was a good product, and not many people knew about it. So I just done a little video on Instagram and tagged them in a few things, and they were really happy with
With it.
the outcome.
Mhm.
Yeah, they must have got I don't know, a few people inquiring.
Mm.
So yeah, that's sort of how it started.
No,
Yeah,
it's good. They are quite a good product, and it's kind of like, as I said before, you tend to endorse the good products. You know what I mean? Like the ones that you use yourself, which is kind of good. Those are very handy little things. Those Rax Brax are.
yeah,
And I mean, I think that a few of us have actually become aware of them thanks to you as well. Like we wouldn't have known about them if you hadn't have done it. So yeah, I
yeah.
suppose it's good. It's good. So I had a few differing opinions here. So Mud Duck reckons the outback, and Unpro reckons the high country. So
Country,
that's
yeah.
yeah, that's good. Diverse, diverse favoritism here. That's good to see. So the light beaming off. Scotty reckons you should dim the light. The light beaming off your head is blinding you. Oh dear. It's a halo, Mud Duck says. Oh dear. Yeah.
uh,
I definitely agree with this one. It's definitely a rough choice, and I don't think I could choose between mountains or outback. I agree that those are definitely two hard ones to choose between. I mean, very hard, yeah. So that's just, I guess it depends on what you like. I think we explore the mountains more. That's probably why we would tend to choose them, because we know a few cool spots. But I reckon if we were able to head to the outback more often, we might lean towards that a little bit more. It's kind of hard to pick, definitely. So, what is your favourite story to tell around the campfire?
Gee, I don't know. Depends how many drinks I've had.
Oh,
I don't
fair
know
enough.
that.
Yeah.
Oh, it depends who's around the campfire. The Button Man story's pretty good, and you got to exaggerate it, of course.
I suppose we are going to save these stories for a campfire. So yeah, that's. I suppose you probably have a few, mate, from from your time, or you've been around many campfires. I'd say.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen or heard a drop bear?
No.
No, no, can't
Heard
say
some
I've heard.
strange things though, so it could have been a drop bear.
Yeah, Scotty's worried
Yeah.
about being harpooned when near the beach. So, Lachlan would like to know a good beginner track in New South Wales for a stock Pajero.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. There's quite a few. There are quite a few that you could head and do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to think. Like
The whole of New South Wales, yeah, that's a lot.
once they finish the bridle track, like finish the
Oh yeah.
bypass, I think that'll be good. But at the moment, doing the root hog crossing in a stock Pajero might not be a good idea. But you could always come down from the hill end side and then go back out that side. You'd be fine.
That's what I did, yeah. That's a
Yeah.
great destination out there. So to add context to that, the Lachlan, the bridle tracks had a landslide. How many years ago now? 2008 or something that happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
That knocked out a section, making it impassable. So they are currently, and they're actually quite far in. To my surprise, doing the work surrounding the bridle track. How many years did it took? They finally, Midwestern Council handed the bridle track back over to Bathurst Council, and they got stuck right into it. So that's a fantastic place. But you can still go out there and have fun, like Shad said, coming in from the hill end side. I did that when I lived in Mudgee. I came in from the hill end side every time, and it's great. Like there are a few awesome spots, and it's not too difficult either.
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
Even the drive from if you just drive from Capertee down to Safala along that Upper Turon Road through Turon Gates, that's it's definitely not hard forward driving, but it's a great drive.
No, definitely get yourself a copy of the book, 4 Drive Tracks Close to Sydney. Lachlan, mate, there's a few in there that are pretty good. I often, gain inspiration from there. Not always follow them directly, but there are some good kind of areas in that book, definitely for beginners, and that you'll have some fun in, I reckon. Yeah. So Shad can't do beach stuff because he's hard to see being surrounded by bikini. Oh, gee, my duck. Yeah, wow. Is the Pajero a good 4-wheel drive? Is this one for me, or is this for Shad? For me, yeah, my Pajero it's done me well. I've had some good fun in it. I tend to stick away from extremely difficult obstacles. I enjoy touring more, but I give it has a fair go. You know what I mean? I haven't had too many major problems with it yet. I kept up with Unpro out at OFA, even though they weren't necessarily extremely difficult tracks. Had some fun, and it was good. It's been good. It's in terms of capability, stock standard. When I had it stock, it was okay. And then I lifted it and put 33s on it, and I'm extremely happy with it. So I can't put a bad word on it yet. So yeah, I think it is. I'm happy with mine.
Definitely looks the part.
Yeah, well, it's aesthetic. That's for sure. So Scotty reckons the designated traps in Barrington tops. This is something that I can agree with. I don't know, but have you done the track to Little Murray, Shad? Have you been through there?
Yeah, but it was it's a long time ago.
Yeah. The Little Murray track is good.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's also in the.
Yeah, you need to check the track conditions, I suppose, regularly, because I know there's a lot of tracks up there get sharp and
everything. So seasonal closures up there, yeah, quite often, But that's another good one there. Lachlan, if you're looking for a track, Little Murray Campground, I did that track in the Pajero before I lifted it. So my Pajero was a bone stocker when I did that track, and Little Murray's awesome. There's wild brumbies up there. Little creek that runs through it. It's big open space to camp, but it is a national park, so you need to use the national parks booking system, and you best sort that out if you're planning school holidays, because it's very popular. Hill End, there you go, another suggestion for Hill End. G'day, Carlo, you snuck in there, mate. Good to see you. So, oh dear, I'm scared to click up on another Unpro or Mud Duck question, because we don't know what we're going to get, do we? Oh dear. Oh, there you go. The telly track is another. The telly track will get your skills on point. Geez, Steve, you're ripping in. Fair enough. And that's another good point there, Adam. The bushfire definitely stuffed a lot of tracks. You reckon as well, Shad? Yeah, that's
followed by the floods.
Oh yeah, another one. A lot of the 4 drive destinations have been hit pretty bad recently with weather, and I don't know about any that you've been to, Shad, but I think that the weather does contribute to a lot of the closures that we're seeing, and whether they'll be more permanent or not, well, we really don't know. But it's definitely had an impact on a lot of the things, tracks mostly, I would say.
And now with all the rain, they're sort of becoming overgrown as well.
That's
exactly going to be another problem.
Yeah. So what's the hardest recovery that you've been involved in? That's a good one.
There's been a few. Been involved with a few rollovers, a few recoveries
dear.
of some rollovers.
Is that in your four-wheel drive club times, or is this out on the tracks?
Just out on tracks, yeah. We're out on a track called Wirrabah Ridge in the Woolamai
Okay.
National Park. It's been shut for a long, long time now. So I'm talking early 90s. It was a really tough track out there. Then some of the others were out Glen Point up at Mount Airlie. I was in the 80 series, and mate in his Hilux broke his front diff, and we had to get the car out of there. I had to basically flat tow him.
Yeah, right. That would have been difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, bugger. Yeah, now that, especially around Mount Airlie, is we talking the same near in around that Airlie Gap area, or is this further out?
Up on Mount Airlie. So if you head out to Glen Point, there's a track, real hard track that heads out there.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
flat towing a vehicle out there in those conditions there, man, that would have been something else, certainly.
Yeah.
It's good day, Carlo, mate. Thanks for joining me. Late is no problem, mate. We're happy to see you here tonight. So, on the note of hard things, what is the hardest track that you have tackled?
I'd have to say the Wirrabah Ridge track out in the Woolamai National Park, or back in the early 90s, we're up Cape York, and we drove out to Usher Point, and we done the beach run down to Captain Billy's Landing. You got to wait for an extra low tide, and you drive down the beach, and a couple of rivers to cross. It's full on.
Right.
Yeah, you have
that's the old 80.
That was in my first Hilux. It was an 84 model Hilux.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, we had grab bags packed. We had bags packed. So if we had to abandon the car, because you can't get the car if the tide was to come in, there's no beach left. So you have to make it to Captain Billy's Landing.
Oh dear, that would have been that would have been stressful, but looks like you made it in the end, so that's good. Yeah. That would have been an experience, I have to say. I reckon that one's probably firm in your memories, mate, as a good trip.
Yeah, it was good. And then we got to some of our mates were going to meet us at Captain Billy's Landing because we had no food left. And they were supposed to meet up with us at Captain Billy's Landing, but they couldn't make it there because the bridge had been washed out.
Oh, right.
So we got to Captain Billy's Landing. There was no one there. We had no food left. So we slept there the night, and then we started making our way out of the track, and we found the where they were camped on the other side of this burnt down bridge, and then we made a bit of a track around it and got out the other side and kept going.
Yeah, nice. That sounds like a full on adventure. Wow, good stuff. There's another note to add there. Little Murray and Junction pools. Tracks are great but closed in winter. Yep. Little Murray does get a few seasonal closures up there. So what is the furthest you've travelled to get a hamburger?
To get a hamburger. Gee. Don't know. Darwin.
Darwin, yeah, well. That's right. I mean, Shad's the master of making hamburgers. I'm sure you got to get your inspiration from somewhere. Darwin, it may be. That's it. So, are you worried about copping a defect with all the police patrols?
Not really. The car's pretty legal. I'm got an engineer's certificate for what I have done. That could be illegal, but everything's, as far as I know, everything's legal.
Yeah, fair enough.
The only thing that might get me on is I got the back seat out. I haven't put the back seat back in yet, but
no, I don't see that as you can actually register. Not that you will, but you can register the vehicle without back seats in it. But fairly anyway. What is your next modification?
I wouldn't mind doing the gull wing windows on the back of the 76.
Yeah, they look nice.
Yeah.
I reckon you're just going to have them there. Nothing kind of. So you talk about the ones that open up. Is that the?
Just so I can get in the back easier instead of opening the spare tire like the one of the back doors.
Yeah, fair
enough. That window. I might box one side out yet. I don't know. I'll see.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
No, they're good little bits of gear, those side wing windows, I reckon. So Carlo feels underdressed tonight. Gee, we've had a few comments about this, as I said. Yeah. So pretty legal here, Adam. Reckon. I think that your car looks pretty well in proportion, mate. It's not like it's a 6-inch lifted patrol on 40s. Like it's. I think it looks good. I don't think you have any trouble. Police don't own patrols anymore, just Land Cruisers, Rangers, and Pajeros. Yeah, that's true. So if you had an unlimited budget, what swag would you go and buy?
It's got to be, what's it got to be? Southern Cross or a Murchison? I'd go an Aussie made swag. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. What swag do you now? Are you still running the crash pad?
Yeah, I still got the crash pad, yeah.
Yeah, so they're great little things, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you think that you'll upgrade from the Ultimate to a Caravan?
Yeah, so we already talked about this. Tash and I will probably end up with a complete campsite Exodus or something along those lines. Something like a small hybrid. Yeah. We still want to be able to get into some of the places we like going.
That's fair enough, yeah. And I guess a decent size off-road van would be good, you know. Then you'll be like tripping a van. They'll have to start watching your stuff to learn how to make, you know. That'd be good, mate. But I reckon that's probably everyone's kind of end goal is to end up with a van and sort of just putt around. And by that time, you know, you probably would have ticked off all of the extreme four-wheel drive destinations off of your list, so you'd be more inclined just to tour around, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, is there a workaround to get drone footage? Workaround to get drone footage in the national park? As in,
you need a permit to fly your drone in the national park.
Yeah,
I haven't looked into it yet. Yeah,
that's the only workaround that I'm sort of aware of. Yeah, that's most people, you know, unless asked, they don't really bother with it. You know, people fly drones in the national parks all the time. I feel that sort of happens. It's very hard to police these things if you're a ranger. So yeah, that's exactly right, Adam. Drone footage in national park don't get caught. I suppose that's probably the most common workaround for it that people see. I mean, I highly doubt that even the more notable, well-known YouTubers go to the extent of getting a permit. I think they just do it. That seems to be fairly common. And what has been your favourite campsite prank, Shad?
You're going to find out in a couple of weeks.
Oh, shit. Oh, dear, righto.
I don't know, really.
Better make sure my zippers are done up tight then, that's for sure.
Yeah, so I can put the cable tie through them.
Oh, dear Lord.
That's a good one, isn't it? The cable tie through the zippers.
Oh, that's funny, yeah.
Last one up in the morning gets gaffer taped into their swag. I seen someone the other day. They look like a mummy. Yeah,
that's funny. I had this old trick that I did on. I don't know if you've done this one before, but the King swag, the Big Daddy Deluxe and XTM swags. Crash pad, you can't actually do this too easily. Pull the center pole out. You just kind of undo it and pull the center pole out of the swag, and the poor bugger who's sleeping in there just collapses on them. That's pretty funny. But you can't do that well with a crash pad because they're the single. You don't open them and that they don't come in. It's like a fair bit of effort. But gee, so tune back in a few weeks, guys. I find out that the answer to that question because I'm sure it'll be done on me now. So, what do you think the next permit control national parks will slap on public users?
Gee,
this is hard. We don't. I don't think we spend time thinking about these things. To be honest, like I definitely don't. I don't know about you, Shad.
I think they're just gonna block it all off.
That just seems to be what's going to happen. You know, I don't think that there will be sort of like permit control implement. They already have permit control. If you really want to look at it, you have to have technically you have to have a national parks pass to enter any national park. Not that people follow that rule, and you have to book to stay at campgrounds. Not that everyone follows those rules. So I think that they're just going to restrict access instead of requiring permits. That looks like what's the direction.
I think they'll cut down on a lot more campfires too. I think.
Yeah,
Be a lot less
definitely.
campfires, that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. Thanks for tuning in, Scotty. Unpro, mate. Answer your previous question. All right.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes. Oh dear, you might have to.
Read the question.
I don't think we will read the question unless you'd like to repeat it kindly. But there's no blur feature on this live stream, so we can't. Oh dear. Yes, answer Steve's question. So how do you stay fit in order to walk steep and technical tracks before you drive them?
I'm not fit. So must be talking to you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Nah, just do it often enough, I suppose.
Yeah, fair. That's
And
fair enough.
yeah, you don't see the 10 minutes. The 10 minutes of footage I've cut out when I'm sitting on the side of the track trying to get my breath back.
You wonder why that track had 36 gigabytes worth of footage for it. Fair enough. That's good. I guess that's true. And I suppose you just take it at your own pace when you're out, out on the weekends. When you polish up the video, like you said, people don't see the cut out footage. So, guys, we will need to start wrapping things up soon. I think we'll give this one another, 5 or 10 minutes. We're well and truly over the normal hour mark. I guess a special occasion. So, but we don't want to keep old Shad on here too long. We're approaching the 8:30 mark, so we'll give it a few more questions. And Scott reckons he can't leave until this question is answered. Well, the answer was yes, I believe, to Unpro's previous comment. So Jim reckons that you do need a permit to fly a drone, but you need to know the exact location, date, and all that information. If you put in the footage in a YouTube video, yeah, mate, that's true. But to be honest, I just don't think that many people care. To be honest, the rangers don't have enough time to be out in the field, let alone sit and watch YouTube videos and stuff like that.
I don't know about that. I had a ranger recognize me, and
yeah, but you're famous, so that's different.
And he did mention about the drone flying.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah. I don't really see what their I don't know what their issue with it is. It's not, and doesn't hurt anyone. But Mab wants to know, people walk tracks before they drive them. Yeah, I believe it's common practice for most people who don't want to damage the truck.
I need to set the camera up.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, gee, I remember how now these days usually if I've got someone with me, the GoPros are good. I just go, here you go. Go walk up, go walk up there. But back in the tripod day, that was walk down, set it up. Yeah, that looks good. Run back down, in you go, back down you go to pick it up. Yeah, crazy. All right, guys. So we'll get these last couple of questions out of the way. Then we'll probably begin to wrap it up here. So, how do you think your 76 compares to the 76 of Dreams? Maybe innovations.
It doesn't compare, but I'm doing my best to make it compare. I'm nearly there.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I'm trying to compete.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, do you reckon the camping industry, etc., is more fake these days due to social media?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's certain. I think that if you just take a good scoped look at it over the last few years, yeah, certainly less things that are kind of like just get out there in the bush, and you know what I mean.
That's right. People won't go camping until they've got everything. I can't go camping. I don't have an awning or a fridge, or I don't have this. I don't have that. You don't need half that.
No, we used to
go and string a tarp between two cars and sleep in the back of your car or in the back of the ute or whatever.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. That's a good point, actually. A lot of people do often see maybe a popular four-drive influencer and they got the awning and they got camping and they got fridge and they got all the gear, people get the idea that, oh, we need to have all of this stuff to go camping in. They don't actually go and try it first.
That's right.
And which, that's a very good point. So the answer to that one is yes. So have you ever run out of food and given roadkill a try? Jeez, no, definitely. I can't say I have. I don't know about you, Shad.
I've run out of food, but I haven't tried roadkill.
Yeah, gee, that's a stretch. That is.
Yeah. It'd have to be fresh.
Dude. It's more rare, but so fair enough there. Yep, that's a good point, Jim. And I suppose people don't think into that when they do it, but it is a good point. So thanks for tuning in, Gay. That's good to see you in here. Thanks
guys. See you later. Have a good trip.
Yeah, enjoy your trip. Certainly. Yeah. So would you ever consider an American truck over the 76?
I don't mind the look of those new Broncos. I don't know if they're any good. I haven't even looked into them, but yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't mind some of the American trucks like the Tacoma and stuff. And
Tacomas are nice.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So we'll give these last 3 questions a wrap. Then we'll probably begin to wrap things up. So when the cameras are off, do you bother with clothes in remote locations? I guess so.
Not if we're swimming.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
What does pelican taste like?
Chicken.
I
don't know.
I've never tasted it, so I can't comment. Would you swap the old days camping for current times? That's a good question there to unthrow to wrap things up. That's
probably. There's some good memories, the old camping days. Like you just take a barbecue, packet of sausages, and a loaf of bread.
That's onions. That. Very simple, simplistic. Yeah, good stuff. All right, guys, that is we're closing in very close on the hour and a half mark, so I think that's time that we start to wrap things up. Thank you very much. I think we've had a good live stream tonight. Thanks very much to Shad for taking an hour and a half out of his busy schedule to make an appearance. The check's in the mail, mate.
No worries. Thanks for having me, and
don't miss that
everyone.
one.
No worries. Thanks everyone for tuning in.
Thanks, guys, very much for tuning in tonight. I hope you all enjoyed. If you're watching this as a replay, be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. And that's right, of course, a record live stream tonight. So thanks very much, Shad, for coming on tonight, guys. Thank you guys very much for taking the time out of your night to watch this live. If you guys are out there and you want to be in Shad's position on the live, be sure to send us a message on Instagram, guys, or we can work it out. Get you guys in here, guys. Thank you very much, and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah, see you guys.